This video is all about me trying to give you the shoes that you want at cost. And it's not really the thing that I do at my channel, but it's an idea that I've struck on and I'm going to try and make this work. I've talked about it in a few of the videos recently, but this video is about the details about how you out there can get your hands on some of the upcoming releases that are hardest to get at cost and potentially ahead of the drop date where you are. And that's what we're going to get into in this video today. So usually I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan. I'm wearing my Tokyo Nike t-shirt today, every single day about sneakers. And it's usually about sneaker reviews and upcoming sneaker releases and different sneakers, my opinion of them and taking them apart, showing you all the details on there that are relevant, the special hits, collaborations, all that kind of stuff. And it's just pretty much about me sharing information with you guys out there. And one of the things that I've kind of missed out on being out here in Tokyo, Japan, is that I want to get shoes in hand more often, but it's very hard to do that here because they don't run to my size very often. Jordans often go up to my size, and that's about it. They very rarely get there because I wear a size 30.5 centimeters, and that centimeters is going to be important to you guys out there. Do not forget the centimeters. But basically, shoes generally go up to about size 28 or 29 in stores, and online maybe up to size 30 centimeters, and that extra half a centimeter that I need, otherwise my toes feel like they're getting absolutely hammered, is not available to me for most sneakers. Like I said, pretty big basketball lines, sometimes the LeBrons, often the Jordans, but other than that, things like Dunk Lows or Air Force Ones very rarely come in my size. To be honest, I've never seen them in my size other than through sort of other channels like resale channels, things like that. So basically what I realized was, instead of like sort of being sad and like, oh, it's such a shame, I live in Japan and can't get shoes in my size, I thought, well, why don't we turn that around? Why don't we flip that around and turn my negative into a positive to you guys out there? But that also becomes a positive to the channel. So here's what I'm talking about. Hopefully what I can do for you guys is show you some of the sneakers pages behind me here, and you'll be able to see that they run up to that 30 centimeter size, usually underneath the shoe, or is it underneath the title of the shoe, the name of the shoe. It tells you the size range, and for me it's always like up to 28 centimeters, up to 29 centimeters, up to 30 centimeters, and it's very, very rare to go beyond that 30 centimeters that I need. So what I'm that's the problem. Here I am, Tokyo, Japan, sneakers app, primary way to get my hands on sneakers, very difficult to do in my size. So the other part of that as well is it's kind of important too. I've noticed over the last like 6 months that the sites out there, sites that I go to for my information about shoes, for example, Sneaker News or Kicks on Fire, places like that, they tend to have the drop dates for shoes about 2 weeks or 3 weeks after they've dropped in Japan. And sometimes they're big shoes, like it was LeBron 8, it was at Miami Beach, I think it was, that was about 3 weeks after the drop here. There were some Dunk Lows, the graffiti ones. There was like the urban graffiti and the camel graffiti or something along those lines. Again, 2 or 3 weeks they dropped here already, and then I'm seeing them, on places like Sneaker News for 3 weeks later. So it's like, oh, maybe, just maybe, because of troubles with global shipping and stuff to do with the pandemic, it's easy for shoes that are getting made in Southeast Asia, and Vietnam and Thailand, places like that. It's easy for them to get them to Japan. That's not too far away. It's practically in the neighborhood. Difficult to get them to places like Europe and America. So I'm getting these shoes like 3-4 weeks ahead of everybody else, and they're not in my size. It's like I'm in like paradise. I'm surrounded by all these beautiful gems, and I'm not allowed to touch a single one of them. They don't come in my size, and it's like, oh, what a perfect opportunity it would be to get these sneakers in hand early. So my thinking is, right, why don't I get them in hand for you instead of for me? And the way I'm wanting to do that is basically I do these videos, like recently in particular it was this right here. It's the Air Force One Retro Summer, I think it's called, women's. One of my regular viewers dropped a comment down below and that said, oh, I'd love to get my hands on these, and that also got me thinking about the way to do this. And what I'd like you to do, if you want to get a particular pair of shoes at cost and maybe ahead of the drop date where you are, I just want you to comment down below the size that you're after in centimeters. That's going back to the centimeters I was talking about before, and then I'll look at that and I'll say, right, okay, there's Bob over here wants them in like 28 centimeters, Jane over there wants them in 26 centimeters, Billy over there wants them in 24 centimeters. Okay, 3 people said that they want this shoe. When it comes up on sneakers, I hit the buy button and try in those 3 different sizes. Maybe I'll hit W, maybe I'll hit L. I don't know. We'll have to give it a shot. But if I actually get my hands on a pair of the shoes, I'll then get to unbox them for the channel and show them off. Hey, look at these beautiful shoes. And then I'll send them to you out there who wants them in your size at cost. And it doesn't matter what the shoe is. It could be an insane collaboration that I could resell for $200, $300, $400, but I'll still give it to you at cost. I'm not going to give it to you for free, obviously, and at cost does mean shipping as well. And do remember, I'm in Tokyo, Japan, so you'd probably be talking about maybe the actual retail price plus maybe $50. So it's not that far out there to get a pair of shoes in the size that you want, potentially ahead of the drop date. So that's the deal. That's what I'm thinking of doing, is trying to make that happen. And it all depends on people out there being able to sort of find the shoe that they're looking for in amongst all the videos I do on the channel, drop in the comment down below that says the size that they want me to try for, and then me giving it a shot when the drop date comes around on the sneakers app. And fingers crossed we'll work it out from there. So and I've done this before with giveaways, not with like something like this where I'm trying to sort of give you guys the shoes you want at cost, but with giveaways. We tracked it. I think it was through Instagram, direct messages on Instagram. That was a pair of shoes, one by a guy in the Philippines. It was actually, and I sent them on to him. He sent me his address on Instagram on the messenger on the direct messenger on there. I sent the shoes off and the tracking number so he could see where they were in the world, and once they'd arrived he then let me know they've arrived. So it was a really neat way to sort of keep each other in the loop. Now of course, apologies to anyone out there that doesn't like this, but this is the way it has to be. You're giving me the money first. I have no idea who you are and no way of finding you if you just up and disappear like a fart in the wind, as they said in the Shawshank Redemption. Whereas you can find me or track me down or troll me very, very easily. So it would have to be money first and then shoes to you. And if you don't trust me to do that, then there's no point you being here. But trust me, I'm not going to take your money like $150 and be like, ha ha, I took your money and you're not getting it now. I've spent 3 years trying to build this channel with daily content. I'm not going to blow that out the water just to make a steal on 150 quid, if you know what I'm saying. But it has to be that way. I'm not going to send shoes off out there to some unknown person at some unknown address and then after the fact be like, oh, can you send me that money please? So it is at cost plus the price of shipping, but that has to come to me first, and we'll work that out through something like bank transfers or PayPal or whichever way is best to do that. But basically, like I said, this is all about an opportunity for you guys out there, and it's there's a shoe. I'll do it tomorrow, I think. I think tomorrow, the day after, a Dunk Low came up on the sneakers app. I think it's something like August the 19th is a drop date, and it was like a rusty color. I think it was a black base with a rusty kind of orange color to the swoosh and the branding and stuff like that. I can't remember what it was called, but I'll put a picture of it up here and I'll do the video of it very, very soon. And what I was thinking was like, right, that might be ahead of everybody else. That might be 3 weeks faster than anybody else in the world, and you don't know that. You don't know that Japan is getting these things faster than anywhere else in the world. I can't get it in my size, 30 centimeters, like I said. Why don't I get it for you? And you can have it at cost. I mean, I could obviously make a profit off it and chuck, an extra $100 on the top of these things, and you'd still be happy, and I'd still be happy. But no, that's not the point. We're meant to be doing this for sneakers, not for money. So at cost is the deal. And then this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it at the bottom of every single one of my videos. You can do that on YouTube, where you just, put in which videos you want at the bottom. They're all automatically by default uploaded with any video that you upload. So down at the bottom, this video will appear in every single one of my videos from today forward as a link down there saying this is how you can get shoes, upcoming releases at cost through me. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully that kind of wasn't just a way big rambling thing. So maybe I should summarize very, very simply what we're doing here. I post a video about a shoe. You want to get the shoe. You put a comment about your size. I try to get it on sneakers. If I hit it, you send me the money, I send you the shoes. Finished. That's as simple as it gets. So your job in all of that is basically telling me the shoe size you want and then sending the money if I get my hands on the shoes. And that's pretty much it. So I think it's a good idea. I think it'll work, but I don't know. I mean, there's a million different ways it could go horribly wrong, but we'll just do our best. We'll do our best to see what happens. Maybe nobody will be interested, but what I'm going to do is at the start of my videos, I'll have to very quickly say, if you want this shoe at cost, ahead of the drop date, check the link below, and then get into the video. So every video, for a while now, I'll just chuck that in at the start of the video, and then people will check that link in the description down below, see this video, understand how they can get their hands on that shoe that they were looking for, and then fingers crossed from there. Everything will work out fine and dandy. And with that being said, it's time to wrap up this video for the day. So, it's a bit of a strange one, not an actual sneaker. We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers and 1,000 consecutive days on YouTube. Two big things that should come towards the end of this month, or maybe the start of next month in the subscriber side of things. But for now, it's time to wrap up this daily video. Again, videos every single day. And I say the same thing at the end of every single video, which is that I do this every single day. And that means that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.